No croissant?
Non, monsieur.
Ah, you call this coffee?
I call this America.
If you guys know what movie that's from, I love you to the end of the earth and back. But today on Movie Monday, sorry that it's been 2 Mondays since the last one, but today on Movie Monday, we're going to be talking about 5 movies that should have gotten sequels and didn't. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first movie in this list is District 9. So District 9, if you haven't seen it, it's a movie about aliens that the government, the South African government, is basically put into a thing, the slums, called District 9. They call them prawns. That's what they call the aliens. No, I mean, they kind of look like shrimp. So there is a human guy named Wickus. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's been a while since I've seen this movie. Hey yo, you gotta be quiet, dog. He accidentally gets like this fuel tank and it sprays all over him, and he starts to mutate into an alien. So he meets these other aliens. He gets captured by this military scientific force or whatever. They want to dissect him for pieces so they can get access to alien weapons and all this stuff. But there's another alien, CJ, that's his son, and then not the character's son, but there's Christopher and then CJ, his son, that are aliens, and they want to get back to the motherland, but they need that fuel. Of course, Wickus helps them, and Christopher, at the end of the movie, promises that he's going to come back in 3 years to cure Wickus and turn him back into a human. That was in 2009. I don't think Christopher's coming back. This second movie on here is a movie that should have gotten a sequel, but people, just like a lot of other great movies, that just don't get the support from the audience when they should have, and that movie is The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Now, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is a spy movie starring Alicia Vikander, Henry Cavill, and Armie Hammer. There's a couple other people, Hugh Grant's in it. But it is a spy movie with all the spy goodness. There's a nuclear plot. There's a thief turned CIA agent teaming up with a KGB agent. When they hate each other, they gotta save a Nazi scientist's daughter. There's the nuclear plot in the background. But at the end of the movie, they finally they're kind of friends or whatever, and they agree to not give each other's countries the leg up in the arms race. And they get a new mission. They get a new mission in Istanbul, and they're under the code name U.N.C.L.E., of course, Man from U.N.C.L.E., but we never got a sequel. This movie came out in 2015, directed by Guy Ritchie, and he's made a couple movies since, so I don't think this movie is really on his radar. It didn't make a lot of money. As I said, it didn't get the support from the fandom that it did. The people who did see it liked it, but nobody saw it, so it won't get a sequel. Now, this next movie on the list is a divisive pick, but it's my list, so I will have it on there. And it is another Henry Cavill movie. It is Man of Steel. Now, I know what you're thinking.
This movie sucks. It's terrible. Why did Superman destroy the whole city? Why didn't he just take Zod somewhere else and have him fight him there?
Shut up. Or there's the people saying, well, Batman vs. Superman was the sequel. Not really. If you really look at Batman vs. Superman, especially the theatrical cut, that is way more of a Batman movie than it is a Superman. Yes, it has to deal a lot with the repercussions of what Superman did in Man of Steel, which is totally justified, by the way. It's more of a introducing Batman into the DCEU type movie. It's not really like a blood sequel to Man of Steel. Now, I really like Man of Steel. It's my favorite Superman movie. Honestly, it's the only Superman movie that I actually liked. I feel like Superman feels more human in this one. He's struggling with, he's got these powers, but he's also born in Kansas. He doesn't really know what to do, and then all of a sudden he's kind of just thrust into this alien battle. He doesn't really know what to do, how to do. He's only just tapping into his power. He's struggling with what's right and what's wrong. It's a deeper dive into the more humane aspects of Superman. I really love it for that. A lot of people hate on the movie. They say it's too dark. It's not Superman. Superman doesn't kill. But, you know, just think about it. A lot of people, when they talk about this movie, they talk about the destruction that he caused. Okay, but what else was he supposed to do? People say, oh yeah, well, he should have just took him to like some open field or a place where there's not a bunch of people. Zod was determined to kill every human on Earth. Now, just think, Superman, at that point, he'd only been Superman for a couple days, if that. Zod was a general. He was a fighter, a soldier. He was bred to fight. Of course, he's going to be able to overpower this guy who's just learning how to use his powers. And plus, when Zod got there, it took Superman years to get used to Earth's atmosphere. Zod figured it out and was used to it in like a day. He had gotten used to it. That's how much more superior Zod is to Superman at this point. So there was no stopping him or taking him somewhere else. Zod just would have overpowered him and got to what he wanted anyway. At the end, Superman had to kill him. He was going to kill that family, and it was kill Zod, or he was never going to stop coming back and killing the people. So it was justified. I don't know what these weirdos are talking about. Oh, Superman shouldn't kill. He shouldn't have snapped his neck. Superman would never do that. Shut up. Okay, just shut up. But the DCEU is in shambles now. There's really no through line anymore. Henry Cavill is basically not Superman anymore. They're finally getting the Snyder cut, but that's more of like a fan service thing. I want to watch it, but it doesn't really mean much. And we're probably never going to get a sequel to this. So it is what it is. Now, the next movie on this list is Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, what a day. What a lovely day.
Now, this is a movie with great action, interesting characters, a great story, and of course, Tom Hardy. I'm not really sure why George Miller has not come out, or why WB has not greenlit a sequel to this movie yet. George Miller said he has a story for it. He's ready to go. The movie made money. It made a good amount of money. It got raving reviews from critics. I'm just not sure why it hasn't happened yet. The movie came out in 2015, so I thought they would have capitalized on it within at least 2017. Apparently, Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron don't really like each other, but you don't either pick one or the other. He said he wants to do a Furiosa movie. Then apparently there's a script out there where it's Tom Hardy. Either one, just pick one. They would either one would be great. I would prefer to have the Tom Hardy one because he's Tom Hardy. But Charlize Theron, she's pretty cool. And the last movie on this list, I had to put this on here. If you know me personally, you know this movie is probably my favorite movie ever, like of all the movies ever. And that is Godzilla 1998. Yes, Godzilla 1998. I know this movie is never going to happen. Like, it's impossible. It's never going to happen. We got Independence Day 2, and we're never going to get Godzilla 1990.
That
We are never going to get Godzilla 1998 a sequel. Now, there is the plot for the sequel online. I've watched videos about it, and I've seen it. It honestly isn't that good. But the end of the first one, it sets up Baby Zilla. It gives us the Baby Zilla that survived in MSG. And the sequel does follow through with that, but it kind of sucks. But I like the first one so much, I kind of want to see it. But of course, it's been, what, 22 years yeah, 22 years since then. So this movie is never going to happen. Whatever, I'll just watch the first one over and over and over like I usually do. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in to this next episode of Movie Monday. Sorry that I couldn't get the last 2 episodes out. I will try to be more consistent with uploads. It's just I kind of just, you know, had a brain fart when it came to video ideas, whatever. But make sure you hit that bell for notifications for when I post new videos, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.